What cheese do you use to coax a bear out of the woods? Come on, bear! Where can you buy second-hand cheese? Brie! What cheese do cyclists carry with them? Paneer! I don't get that one. What is a lion's favourite cheese? Roquefort! My wife uses a kitchen implement to shred cheddar and Parmesan cheese, which I hate. It really is the greater of two evils. What cheese is made backwards? Edam! Get it? Because it's the word made spelled backwards. Edam! What did the gardener say to the cheesemaker who was pestering him for onions? Grow your own! What cheese lives in a small house? Cottage cheese! How do you approach a seriously enraged cheese? Carefully. What hotel do mice stay in? The Stilton! Hey! There's a pun on that! Hilton Hotels! Yeah, like Paris Hilton! She's dead! Laugh! What is the most popular American cheese sitcom? Curd your enthusiasm! I had a dream last night about some cheese chasing me. I think I'm having hallucinations. Why did the Cheese family go to Blackpool for the holidays? Because they love the hallucinations. Like, what? That's the same punchline as the last one. Illuminations? You used the same joke twice, you cheesy so-and-sos! Did you hear what happened when the cheese factory exploded? Debris went everywhere! What do you call an alcoholic cheese? Liver rot! Why does cheese look sane? Because everyone else on the plate is crackers! What do you call a cheese that lives in a church? Stinking bishop! Is that a cheese? I've never heard of that. Did you hear about the cheesy comedian? He had some crackers. Again, it's just crackers again! You already used that one! What cheese rules the world? The Illuminati. Again with Illuminati! It's the same joke 3 times! What did the cheese lover do with their new credit card? Go on a shopping spree! How did the cheese paint his wife? He double Gloucester. What cheese do you use to disguise a small horse? Mascarpone. Did you hear about the Greek man who kept eating cheese? He got fatter and fatter and fatter. Did you hear about the cheese that failed? It fell at the final curdle. Which genre of music appeals to most cheeses? R&B. What did the cheese say to the other cheese after he told him a joke? That's a gooder one. What was Marlon Brando's cheesiest film? The Gooder Father. Is that so, eh? You know what, I'd like to give the writer an easier jokes an offer they can't refuse. What is the name of the country near Iraq that is made entirely of cheese? Kurdistan! What did the cheese say when it looked in the mirror? Halloumi! Again with halloumi! How many of these jokes are going to be about halloum? That's 4! 4! I've never even heard of halloum before! Why did the Swiss cheese go to church every day? Because it was very holy. What is Jay-Z's favourite cheese? Beyonce! Would a smoked cheese grow on a tree? No, but an apple would. A cheese walks into a bar. The barman says, "We don't serve your rye here." Why did the cheese lose a fight with a stone? Because the rock fought back. I used to work as a cheesemonger, but I can't bear it any longer. Why did the cheese get fat? because it never weighed itself. What did the cheese say after he got attacked by several blades? I felt greater. What do you call a cheese that is sad? Blue cheese. I have an addiction to cheddar cheese, although it's only mild. What is a pirate's favourite cheese? Cheddar! A guy drove past me in his car and threw a lump of cheese at me. I thought to myself, that's real mature. Why was the cheesemonger's shop so windy? Because of all the breeze. What did the cheese salesman say? That cheese may be gooder, but this one is fitter. Garbage, who wrote these? What is Tom Hanks' favourite cheese? Philadelphia. Is that where he lives or something? I don't even know. What surrounded a medieval cheese castle? A mozzarella. Crikey, these are getting worse and worse. Why can't you make cloves out of cheese? Because fromage phrase. With whom did the cheesy Bible start? Adam and Eve. When should you go on a cheese diet? If you need to cheddar a few pounds. Knock knock. Who's there? Cheese. Cheese who? Cheese a jolly good fellow. The history of cheese is full of holes, but it's interesting in its own way. What is yellow and brown and hairy? Cheese and toast on the carpet. Which search engine is still popular amongst boys? Ask Cheese! You've probably never even heard of Ask Jeeves, have you? Why did the one-legged clown leave the cheese circus? Because he couldn't get his Stilton! Stilt on! Couldn't get his stilt on! How do you get a mouse to smile? Say cheese! What do you get when you cross a Smurf and a cow? Blue cheese. Yeah. What is a cannibal's favourite cheese? Limburger. That's a bit grim, that is, eh? What is the woodpecker's favourite cheese? Pecorino. What group of cheese has been known to fly? Curds of prey. What gambling game do cheese lovers play? La Roulette. What does a cheese say on someone's birthday? Have a damn good day. Crying out loud, these jokes have just been getting worse since we started. Have a damn good day. Have a damn good day. That's just not even words. How do you get goat's cheese? Use milk. Shall I tell you the really clever cheese joke? You'd better not, it might go way over my head. What cheese can you use if someone throws a coffee at you? Dodger latte. And finally, the last cheese joke in the cheese pile. A big cheese and a little cheese were walking down the road. The big one says to the little one, "You're a little immature, aren't you?" Man, what a way to close off the cheese jokes. And that's the cheese jokes complete. What a cheesy bunch of jokes that was, eh? Hey. Well, until next time, have a nice cheese-tastic day. From David McDavidson, eh? What has my career come to?